So for this video I wanted to talk a bit about a couple of ways to train your hook using this. A couple of the ways I like and that have helped me. So the first one would be pretty much set up to target somebody that's trying to top roll you pretty much. So when you cut this one in to get into your hook, you've really got to fight with your fingers. And then this strap coming over the back will allow you to maintain static pronation. And even when you start to drive, I like to really focus on starting from the top corner and back pressure, side pressure, and fighting with the pronation. And I found that's helped me a lot against other hookers, just being able to basically out-pronate them and turn them more palm up will really help you finish them. So that's one way that I really enjoy. And obviously, if you wanted to focus more on when you're getting into your hook, more someone who's trying to low hand top roll you, you can tighten the bottom strap more. So now when you're getting into that hook, there's a lot more pressure going through your pinkies, but you still have to maintain some sort of pronation as you're doing it. So it's really helping all those muscles work together, which will just make you more efficient on the table. It's also a great way if you just wanted to do a bit of rehab training. Basically, you can just load this up pretty light and just go through the motions. I find it's really good for rehab. It really just gets all the blood flowing exactly where it needs to go. So the other way, I just change this top strap to go through the middle eye, and this bottom one, you can run it through the eye if you want, but I just loop it around. It has the same effect, and you still have this one coming over for the pronation. And this will pretty much, this won't put any work into your fingers, so you can hold this and it's not hitting your fingers at all. So it's pretty much being in the hook with somebody where they're really just fighting your hand and your arm, not your fingers. So you can do the same sort of thing with this. So, and my biggest focus is to keep my pronation up so that they're turned more over. And I do the exact same movement. So I start from the corner, and I like to back pressure and then sideways with pronation, and really focus on chopping down on here and lifting up with your wrist and staying tight. And again, this has helped me a lot. In the past, my hooking was very turned up. So when I would go into a hook, my biggest focus was obviously securing the hook, and I'd find I'd get turned palm up too much, and from there it's a lot harder to attack. So I've really focused on now when I go into the hook, staying as the on top and turning the other person palm up. It just gives you so much more access to finishing power. So they're my two main ones I train with the hook. Basically, so it's somebody trying to top roll you, and then it's somebody that wants to come in with you, so you're both in a hook. This will just help you really be the more dominant person by giving you the access to your power rather than them. And again, it's a great rehab one. You can kind of just sit there and go through the movements nice and light, and it really doesn't take much, and it gets the blood flowing exactly where you need it to. So yeah, there is other variations to it, but I find those two feel the best. But again, even in this one, if you wanted to put a bit more emphasis on like the pressure coming over like this, obviously you can tighten this top one more, and all of a sudden it'll pull them really trying to turn you palm up. So then you've got to fight even more with that pronation